Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Whack. And so, today, whatever it is where
It's
you are,
officially the next day now.
it is, happy midnight. Anyways,
yeah, we're gonna do Black Lightning. Season 2, episode 3, The Book of Consequences, Chapter 3, Master Lowry.
Yeah.
Long name.
Yeah. Every episode is gonna have a long name.
Yeah.
Let's just start off with why the hell it's called Master Lowry.
I don't know.
Like,
I was like, who the hell is Master Lowry? Like, when I saw the name, and then they said, like, he said his name was, like, the new principal's name was Principal Lowry, and
right.
I'm like, oh. Okay.
And I was just like, okay, so something's gonna happen with the principal, because it's Master Lowry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, we get one scene with Master Lowry.
Yeah, we only got one scene.
And I'm confused as to why it's called Master Lowry.
Me too.
I mean, I have an idea of what it could be, but that just seems incredibly racist. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he called him Mr. Lowry, you know?
Yeah, and then he's like, it's Principal Lowry.
Right? And I'm like, okay, he's a teacher. He doesn't have to call you Principal Dipstick.
Well, actually, he does have to call him that because
in front
he's
of the
authority.
kids.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to call him Principal.
Yeah, no.
In private.
No.
Even with him.
Yeah, because he's
doesn't.
part of the faculty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like he calls him Teacher Johnson.
Yeah.
Like,
or Professor Johnson.
Right.
Professor's more of a university thing anyway.
Right.
It's not really like a school, like a high school
Exactly.
or lower thing. So.
Yeah, you call him Mr. Johnson, and he calls you Mr. Lowry. That's how it works. So...
He was just incredibly rude.
Oh, he was. So I'm just like, okay. At the end of that episode, I was like, why was it called Master Lowry?
Yeah.
And then I was like, the only idea I could think of was because it's a predominantly black show.
Yeah.
And he's the new overlord, and he's white.
Probably. I mean, that does make a lot of sense considering the context.
Yeah, and the kids at the school are predominantly black.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, there's a small
African American.
There's a small percentage of whites.
Yeah.
But the majority are black.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's racist, but it makes sense.
It's beyond racist. Like,
I mean, would they go there? Would they do that? Would they go there with it?
I'm speechless because that's the only thing that makes sense.
I mean, I don't want to say that they would.
Right?
But, like, it really is the only explanation that makes sense to me. And you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't I don't even...
Why?
Like,
I thought we were past this.
I have no words.
I just got done watching a Doctor Who episode where they were like, let's help Rosa Parks do her thing.
I saw the pictures from that, and it actually made me want to watch Doctor Who because of that.
That was a great episode, and I loved it.
It made me want to watch it.
And I got so mad because they were, you know, like, you have an Indian woman and a black guy traveling with her, and they were calling the Indian woman Mexican because I guess they ain't never seen an Indian woman.
Who were calling her Mexican?
All the white people.
In the 1950s.
Yes!
Wow.
And he didn't just meet Rosa Parks. He shook hands with Martin Luther himself.
Martin Luther King.
Yes. And...
Because Martin Luther was a Protestant.
Well, I'm just
was the father of Protestant.
Yeah, I'm just shortening words and whatever.
I know.
And I was like, this is really cool. I'm loving all this. And when, like, the white guys went up and just freaking basically, I'm going to say it, bitch slapped him, I'm just like, what?
Bitch slapped who?
The black guy.
Oh, that was traveling with the doctor?
Yeah, for being nice. And I'm like, what?
It's because it was the time.
I know. And then I turn around and tonight,
yeah,
I'm watching a show called Master Lowry.
I guess I can understand if they would take it in that direction, even though it is 2018. Like, they're probably trying to hone in on the fact that still happens. I don't know. But I mean, why else would they get a freaking white principal to be the principal of a predominantly black school?
Because it was the best way to get money for the school, because white sells.
Yeah, because it always has to be about money and not about giving the children, the students, the education that they deserve.
Which they could have afforded instead of putting in, you know...
I'm sorry, like, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but, like, no. The students should be the most important part of a school.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but if you can afford metal detectors for a school in the gangster area, in the ghetto, I'm going to say.
Yeah, in the ghetto.
Then you can afford good textbooks and good teachers.
Yeah. But let's not get into that, because I'd be here all day.
Right?
I'd be here all night.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, honestly, the most important thing about a school should be educating the students. Mm-hmm. And if that's not the priority, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what's happening. So,
yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Right.
Because I'm passionate about it. So, I don't want to, like, spend hours talking about it.
You know what I'm going to say right now? I forgot the closing to Black Lightning. We did it one time.
You should have sent it to me in the text message when you showed it to me, and then I could have just looked at my text messages and had it saved.
I know. I don't know why I did that. I forgot. I'm gonna look it up right now. And you keep talking.
But anyway, like, I mean, I think that's the only logical explanation that we can come to for why it would be called that. But I think that's all we should say about it, at the risk of it getting worse and offending people. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But if you guys think the same thing or feel the same way or have very strong opinions about it, please share them with us, because we'd really like to know.
If you guys have an idea of why it would actually be called Master Lowry instead of what we're saying, then please, by all means, offer us the suggestion.
Yes, please.
Because this is pissing me off.
Oh yeah, I mean, seriously. Like, even if that is, like, the reason that they did it, that still pisses me off. Because, like, really? Really?
Oh, you know why I can't look it up?
Why?
Because the Black Lightning review we did last week got corrupted, and so it never posted.
But we did it in the first one.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we actually say the closing that we... No, you did. Oh,
I did the first
myself. One because
Son
I was sick.
Bitch.
Oh, freaking
sorry.
Damn. Okay.
I'm so sorry. My computer's stupid.
So we're never going to remember.
I'll think of it. Eventually. Hang on.
They're all similar. Oh,
they are.
Yeah. So the episode itself, what did you think about it?
I thought it was okay. Like, I thought it was decent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I understand Jennifer's frustration
Yeah.
because, you know, they are kind of treating her like, just, I'd be frustrated too, because
Yeah.
they're being very, like, just, I don't know what the word is. They're being very, like, kind of babyish about it.
Parents.
Yeah. And babying her and thinking they know what's best for her when they don't. And I know that, you know, Jefferson blames himself for it, and he's like, this is all my fault, you know, I didn't want this life for you, and those types of things, and he feels bad. And he's trying to protect her, but you have to come to the realization that she has these powers. You can't protect her from them because she has them, she has to figure out a way to use them and control them so that she doesn't hurt other people.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do.
I mean, they're doing that, and they started trying to help her.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying there's nothing that he can do about, like, her powers because she has them, and she's always going to have them.
Yeah.
Now she just needs to hone in and focus and figure out how to control it and be able to be out in the world again. So, I think it's cool that woman who's working with her has those skills.
Yeah.
That she can just take her to another place like that.
Yeah, she's first generation Greenlight baby, just like Jefferson.
Yeah.
We were calling him Johnson, but his name's Jefferson.
Was I calling him Johnson?
I think so. Because I said it.
Because his name's always been Jefferson.
Yeah, I know. But, like, I knew it started with a J.
Oh.
So I called him Johnson. I think you were saying Johnson just because I did.
Maybe. Okay, whatever.
But we do know it's Jefferson.
Yeah.
I had a brain lapse. I'm sorry, guys.
They caught Tobias!
They did!
They caught the son of a bitch!
They did! Because someone turned on him. Supposedly? I actually don't think that someone turned on him. I think he turned himself in.
Let's hope so.
Why would you hope that? That means he has a plan to get out and to seriously F with the police department.
I don't hope so. I just mean that, like, he just needs to just be behind bars.
Right. But that means that he has a way out.
Oh, he still has a plan. I mean, from the preview that we saw, he's got a freaking plan.
Yeah.
He's gonna get out, and he's gonna cause more damage than he's already done. Because he's Tobias, and that's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He will not stop until he has killed Black Lightning.
Yeah.
That is his goal. That is his end goal. And Black Lightning's end goal is to kill Tobias to get vengeance for his father. So they both want to kill each other, and they will stop at nothing to do that.
Yep. I mean, that's not really Tobias' end goal. It's his main goal
It's
right
his main
now.
goal right now.
But his end goal is to basically, I guess, own all the corruption in the entire world.
Yeah, because he's a corrupt bastard.
Yes. But, yeah, I think it was a trap, and the police fell right into it.
As they usually do.
Yeah. But
Because he's clever.
yes.
He's an evil SOB, but he is clever. And he will figure out a way to get out and to cause more damage. Because that's who he is.
Mhm.
And, you know, because if he's in prison, then there's no reason for Black Lightning to do what he does.
Right.
I mean, the whole point of the show is for him to end him. The whole point of his character and what he's doing right now is to end Tobias.
Yeah, I know that at some point they will have him end Tobias.
They will. I mean, it's
but
probably just going to go on for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I mean,
most shows do.
probably, maybe by the end of this season, I'm hoping they'll be done with the Tobias thing.
Yeah.
And then next season we'll deal with Jefferson trying to figure out what to do with his life.
Mm-hmm.
And
because, I mean, when it first started last season, like, Tobias wasn't in it right away.
no, and everyone thought Tobias was dead.
Yeah. And then when he found out that he wasn't,
Mhm.
he activated his powers again. And
I mean, the first time he activated his powers is because Lala kidnapped his daughters.
yeah.
But, after that, you know, the only other reason why he started, like, that was going to be the only time he put on the suit. And then he discovered that Tobias was alive.
Mm-hmm.
But once Tobias is gone, what, like,
What's the, yeah.
is he gonna hang up the suit?
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about that last time,
Mm-hmm.
too. Like, and it didn't go through, so sorry about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to, like, I feel like season 3 is gonna be, like, one of those inner self-discovery seasons for Jefferson, because he's gonna start trying to figure out what his purpose is and why he's doing it.
Mhm.
Because eventually, Black Lightning is gonna become more than just what he is right now, which is trying to avenge his father. He eventually, hopefully, will become a hero and be somebody that people can look up to in a good way.
Mhm.
And he can use that to fuel his new purpose.
Yeah.
Which can be, you know, whatever he wants it to be.
Right.
And so, I mean, he just has to come to that realization. And I mean, hopefully the Tobias thing, maybe it'll only be the first half of the season. Maybe it'll go for the whole season. I don't know. But, you know, regardless, like, that's going to be a big thing for Jefferson.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big turning point in his life.
Mhm. I know that Thunder will always be Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
She's not in it for Tobias.
No, she's in it to help the people.
Mhm. She's an actual hero.
Yeah, for the causes and for what she believes in.
Mhm.
And then Jen is just trying to, you know...
Get a handle on anything.
Yeah, she's just trying to get a handle on it. She's young. She's, you know, trying to fit in and be, you know, the normal person that she wants to be. But now that she has this, she has to figure out how to add that into her life.
And be okay with her best friend calling her weird and a freak.
Yeah.
Even though she doesn't know that she's calling her that.
Right. So.
Yeah. But I don't know how to, like, I don't know my feelings exactly on the new character that was introduced, the one that's helping Jen through things.
Oh, yeah. I forgot her name already.
Right. But I think it's, like, her abilities are cool. The reason she's there is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's able to help Jen, then that's great.
Yeah.
But I want to know more about her.
Yeah.
And I want to have an investment in who she is.
Right. And I'm sure that they'll probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully they'll do that. I need to stop assuming and being saying I'm sure when I'm not sure. But hopefully they touch on that and they deal with that and they show us her story more. Because, I mean, you know, a big part of this season, it seems like anyway, is focusing on the pod kids and the green light babies and all of those things. So I think we will hopefully see something with her at some point. And then that doctor who was in prison, who's helping, why can't I remember her name?
Mrs. Jefferson. Yeah.
That's not his last name. That's his first name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Pierce. There we
Yeah.
go. Pierce. Mrs. Pierce. I don't know, guys. It's
I was
late.
like, what?
Well, technically, she's Mrs. Jefferson Pierce.
Yeah.
So, she's Mrs. Jefferson, correct?
Yeah, her name is Lynn.
Right. Yeah, the murder doctor, is helping her now.
Wow, she's only 20? The one that plays Jen?
Yeah. Yep.
She's 20...
89. So, yeah.
She'll be 28. He's
Wait.
27. December
No,
4th,
she'll be
1989.
Yeah, but if we'll be 28, she's already 28, she'll be 29.
Oh, yeah.
She's a year older than us. We are talking about, Thunder.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Lynn is working with a murder doctor.
His last name is Whale. Tobias Whale.
Yeah. Yep. But Lynn working with the murder doctor is kind of unsettling. I mean,
Yeah,
a little more than
bit.
kind
I think
of,
it's even unsettling for her because she didn't.
She didn't want her in the first place.
Yeah, but that guy, creepy looking guy.
Mm-hmm.
His face looks all droopy. He looks like a basset hound dog. And I'm not trying to be racist or mean, but like he legitimately looks like he's sad all the time. And that's what a basset hound looks like. They always look like they're sad. And they have that drooping face.
Mm-hmm.
He literally has that.
Yeah.
I seriously am not trying to make this racial. I'm just meaning, like, facial expression wise. And anybody can have that.
Yeah.
Not just somebody who's black, but like anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he literally looks like he has a drooping face.
Yeah.
Like, he's never smiling. He's super serious and he's like, looks like a freaking basset hound.
I'm depressed
sorry.
the whole time.
I'm sorry. I can't. I'm so sorry.
Right?
Like, I
It's
feel
like
bad.
he's permanently, like, pissed
Well, I feel
off.
bad because I never want to say anything that's, like, hurtful or offensive to people. So,
Mhm.
like, I feel bad if I, like, offended or hurt anybody because that's not what I was intending to do. But, like, he just, like, every time I see him, I'm just like, he looks like that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't.
Oh, I've known people that actually look like a camel. I'm sorry, but I mean, and they're white kids too. Like they look like camels. Like the way their facial structure is, the way their skeleton,
Yeah.
their skull is structured.
Mhm.
Like they have the face of a camel. It's
Yeah.
really weird, but you know, like it's just how they were made. But yeah, I dislike him so very much.
Me too.
We're supposed to, so we do.
And then freaking...
Lynn was right. He is trying to screw with her job.
He is. And then the painkiller guy.
Yeah. Can we just kill him? He's annoying.
He is.
Not because I hate him. He's a character you're supposed to feel sorry for, and I kind of do a little bit, not much. But, because Jefferson was right. When he was in the wheelchair being a dick to his girlfriend, Jen, that showed his real character. Like, that's not okay. So, I'm not entirely, like, I don't entirely feel sorry for him, but I do a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how, like, that he's stuck in where he's stuck right now.
Right.
But I just kill him off. He's annoying me.
Right.
I want Jen to get good with her powers.
Me too.
And to accept herself.
Yeah.
I
I think that's the biggest thing,
mhm.
is for her to just accept herself.
I think that has something to do with what our closing was.
Oh, yeah.
Accepting yourself. But I want her to be able to put on a mask too.
Mm-hmm.
I know we'll get to that stage at some point because her character is, because Lightning is a pretty big character. Like, I mean, Thunder and Lightning is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I want that. I want them. So I can't wait for that to happen, but it's obviously going to take a lot of time.
Right.
Because right now all she knows how to do is be a battery.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's scared, she shoots it out at her mom. But right now, all she, basically what she did to her sister was like static shock.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the character people. Okay?
No, like when you static electricity.
Yeah.
When you get static shocked. Hurts like a bitch, but yeah.
Right? Sometimes it's just shocking. It doesn't hurt. But,
Yeah.
like...
I see what you did there. Sometimes it's shocking, but doesn't hurt.
Shocking, but it doesn't hurt. But yeah, when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's like a Static Shock. And then I was like, oh, Static Shock, I really like that character. Like,
Yeah.
that's where my brain went when I watched that happen.
Right.
Strictly because that was one of the first, like, hero cartoons that I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when it, like, I watched it as it aired. It was so good. I loved it so much. But, yeah. Like, it's just, I want Jen to be out on the streets kicking butt.
Yeah.
But I just hate the waiting game. That's what I'm hating right now.
Well, it's a TV show. You have to wait. It's not just gonna happen like that.
Oh, I know.
They want to keep you watching.
The girl outside of what's his face's house.
Mm-hmm.
Was she dead?
I think so.
How'd she get there?
I don't know. I saw that and I'm like, what?
Right?
I was so confused.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what?
How'd she get in front of his house?
I don't know.
I'm confused by that.
I'm so confused. Confused!
Confuzzled. Yeah, like, I mean, this episode was okay.
It was.
I'm not as mad as I was last week.
I guess it's good that they didn't see that review.
Probably. Actually, I mean, I can't say I'm not as mad because, like, last week I was mad at, like, the show.
And you were mad at Jefferson, mainly.
I was mad at Jefferson. I mean, I'm still mad at Jefferson.
But he wasn't as bad this episode.
No. But
Like, I actually
just
felt for him a little bit this episode.
everything just... Yeah, I kind of felt for him this episode, but just... He needs to make up for what he did last episode to his daughter, because that's just BS. Like, you do
does.
not be like that.
Yeah.
But... The thing I'm pissed off about this episode is the title. Which
Yeah.
we've touched on.
We
at
spent like 10 minutes talking about just that.
I know, but it needed to be talked about.
But I'm just saying we don't really need
No,
to bring
I
it
know.
up again.
I'm not going to talk about it again.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I can't say that I'm not as pissed off about this week as I was last week. It's just last week I was actually pissed off about what happened in the show.
Right.
And this week I'm just pissed off
By
about
the
the title.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah.
Because he only had one scene.
Mhm.
One.
Yeah.
And they didn't even show the meeting that they had.
Nope.
So, like, yeah, I wanted to know what he was going to talk about. Was he going to reprimand Jefferson again?
Right.
Like, he's a teacher. He can't stop him from teaching at the school. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna, like, tell Jefferson, like, you make one screw up, like, I'm watching you.
Right. Like, I thought he was gonna, like, give him all these demands and be like, these are my expectations. Like, if you do anything bad or wrong, like, you are fired and you can never work at this school again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, why didn't we find out what happened?
Right, like, that's...
Because we saw Jefferson, like, carrying a box of all his stuff.
Yeah, I mean...
But it was, like, the stuff from the office.
Yeah, he made that big deal about how he doesn't actually have an office right now. I'm like, dude, the chair's damn empty. Just sit down in it.
And he was sitting there anyway when Jefferson came in. Like, what the heck does he not have an office? What the hell?
Just because Jefferson's crap is all over the place does not mean that's not.
I mean, he was sitting there. He was freaking taking notes and, like, and talking on the phone. How is that not his office? Like, where else is he going to go? Just sit in a closet?
He's being so passive aggressive that it pissed me off.
He was so unbelievably rude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just shut up and get out.
Right.
Like, GTFO. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I love the show, but just, I don't know. Jefferson,
it's still in its infancy. It's still, it's only in its second season.
Jefferson needs to get his damn act together.
And was the first season even a full season?
No.
Yeah. So it's almost like it's still the first season in some ways.
Guess. The first season felt better than this season.
It did.
Even the first couple episodes felt better than these first couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah, the first season was 13 episodes.
So, do you have anything else to talk about?
I'm good.
Okay.
What was our closing?
I don't remember.
Alright, well, until next time, keep learning to accept yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I...
Yeah, keep trying to accept who you are.
Yeah, something like that. Bye.